Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. Let's talk about this leaked sparring. I know it's a few days old, but I just caught up on it, and I've got to say, I don't know about you, but it really bothers me when people leak out and air out, sparring stories specifically. I'll get onto the DMs in a bit as well, because that seems like a new thing. It's not from my era. I don't really understand it, but the leak sparring it's a low blow. I think Tio should know better. Obviously, if you don't know, him and Rolly sparred. Apparently, Rolly responded. This sparring was from 2017, he was saying, and he said he wasn't actually pro yet, which technically isn't true, because if you look at his box rec, he turned pro in 2016. But nonetheless, he would have still been very green in the game, and by that point, Tio had like something like 7 or 8 fights, if that date is actually right. But he looked tired, and the thing with sparring is, like, I see it every single week. Okay, I train with pros, and when I say train with pros, I'm not competing myself. I'm just in the gym training to just train, but I am there, and I do watch their sparring, and they get rotated in and out. Like, there's like 4 or 5 fresh, ready to go fighters that rotate in and out, okay, while the guy that's got a fight coming up stays in there. This is a very common practice. All right, now Rolly's saying that he was 7 rounds in. Maybe that's true. Even if he was 5 rounds in and Tio comes in, and maybe Tio's done, and if there's another ring in the gym, this is kind of how it works. You just jump around and everyone just spars sometimes. But if it's in that same ring and Tio got a couple of rounds resting and he's jumping in, he's fighting, I'm not saying that did happen. I'm saying it could have happened. And I'm saying you should never take the sparring story like, oh, Tio, he basically stopped him, because it's just not fair. You just don't know. You also don't know what, like, sometimes when you go to the gym, you're just not feeling it. You might have worked, like, the day before. I know these guys are professionals, but I'm just saying, for sparring, even the amateurs and stuff like that, there were times I went into the gym and I was exhausted, and I had to work till like 3 in the morning, and I had to go back and train to get myself ready for an amateur fight. But I was really tired on the way to the gym. I didn't really want to go to the gym. And then you get there, and I don't want to say I don't want to spar, because then it looks like you're soft. So I was like, yeah, let's go. But in your head, I'm like tired, and then like 4 rounds in, I'm like, fuck. But look, that's not the point. The point is, really leaking sparring is a no-no. I don't even pull out a phone to record any sparring that's in there. I just watch it and keep your mouth shut, whatever it is. So when you air it out to the world, I don't know. I don't understand this new era that's this kind of, I guess, taking over, where like we'll touch on the DMs, like it's a common thing now for and it's not just fighters, it's people. I'm talking about when Bud privately messaged that guy, or was it Wallow? Is that his name? And he aired out the DM talking about boots. And a lot of fighters do it now. They just get private conversation. This is a private one-on-one chat that you're airing out to basically the entire world. You're basically letting the whole world, or anybody that wants to see those DMs, occur. Now, when it happened to Eddie Hearn with Tank, look, it is kind of funny. There is a chuckle to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like a poo everything, but it's just, I don't understand it. It's not from the era that I grew up in. So to me, it's just like, man, you got to be careful with who you DMing these days. I know we couldn't have done it back then. I grew up in the 80s. I'm letting my age know now, but we didn't obviously have the phones or the technology. But you wouldn't even go around telling anybody if you had like these differences, unless it was a close friend and you didn't like them. But you wouldn't. Rolly and Tio, they were supposed to be friends, weren't they? Not like that. Tio denounced the friendship, to be fair, and it all started because Rolly got into some beef with De La Hoya, aired out their DMs, and I'm just like, man, this is how life operates now. That's just the norm. Airing out everybody's sparring stories. Now, obviously, it's backfired a little bit on Tio, because and I saw this sparring clip from Tio getting stopped years ago, a couple of years ago, by some, I think he was a Mexican dude. I forget his name. I forgot. I just saw the clip on it again because it was surfacing again. But, you know, that pops its head up because Tio initiated it. Why don't you just nobody start it? Then you don't have this drama. And Rolly, look, in response, you know, after saying he was barely he wasn't a pro back then, and he was really tired and sparred 7 rounds. You know, he said he tried to help Tio, and I felt kind of sorry for him actually. You know, like, man. And also, I was gonna make a video. Well, I was going to look back because I remember I did a video on sparring and I was like, let me see who it was about. It was about Rolly again. Poor guy. It was about him getting stopped last time. He's getting his sparring stories aired out and it's not right. Do you know what I mean? It's not right. What are you going to gain from it? Because at the end of the day, and this is the key message that I think is like, okay, so that's who you are. That's who you are, Tio. You're going to be the one putting this out. That's all it is. I think it just lets you know what type of what they're about. You know, people that are airing out DMs, that's what they're about. So you've got to be careful around them. But people that are leaking sparring stories like that, or even taking them and having that footage, it should be a no footage policy, period. I know it's not easy to see because when sparring starts going, there's a lot of people in there. Not, you know, trainers are looking at their fighters. They're trying to help. No one's really looking around to see if anyone's got a phone pulled out. Although it should be quite easy to see, but it should be a no-no. Do you know? I've never pulled a phone out to record a sparring session. I just like to watch the sparring. But nonetheless, that's my 2 cents on that. Some people are also saying that it's for, you know, Tio to you know, get some attention on his fight. I don't know. That's just pure speculation. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's certainly got some attention on his name. But something else I wanted to talk about is obviously the Tio fight. And that's how stacked Jamaine Ortiz is looking. Now, he's always been in pretty good shape. But you know, like, he's also gone up. He's going up in weight, but he looks shredded. I'll show you a picture. Well, the thumbnail. It's on the thumbnail. Now, this is one of the things I love about Jamaine Ortiz. It's like he comes to win, he comes to bring it, and he really believes in himself, and he wants that smoke. He takes on some tough fighters, and he's coming for victory. It's a tough fight for Tio. I made a video, keys to victory, just some light-hearted keys that I thought, well, not light-hearted, just some keys that I thought would you know, obviously favor each guy if they need to implement those. I will leave the link up here if you missed that. But it's great to see Jamaine Ortiz. This fight's on February 8th. He's in fantastic shape. That is a sick, stacked shape that he's in, because, like, you really and truly, like, that the amount of discipline and hard work it takes to get that kind of a six-pack. Fair play. I got my hats off to most of these fighters because they grind in the gym. Do you know what I mean? They really do. And you've just got to, like, I made a video about Caleb Plant when he was stacked when he fought Benavidez. I was like, man, there's just like so much dedication and work ethic and constant discipline. Yeah, not motivation, discipline. And Jamaine Ortiz has got that. And he is not coming to get a paycheck. He's not coming to lie down. He's coming to win that fight. And he's coming to beat Tio. And he's already, obviously, I don't know how much he weighs, but he looked in tremendous shape. So that's a great sign. It should be a really good fight. It's on a Thursday night too, which is February the 8th, Thursday night, which is fun. Nice little Thursday night. And on the undercard of that is Keyshawn Davis versus Jose Pedraza. That's an interesting fight. Good test for Davis. And Pedraza, look, the wily old vet, always kind of in, you know, obviously hasn't been in, not like at the top of his game lately, but still, take a hat off to him for taking that against the 9-0 contender, prospect contender. No, he's not a prospect anymore, is he? He's definitely breaching into that contender realm. But look, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. I hope you're well. I've got more videos coming. Peace and love. Boxing on the Edge.